It's the National Lottery Guesstimation with your host, Nick Knowles.
Good evening and welcome to Guesstimation. You've joined us for another ride on the Guess Express, where knowledge is helpful, luck is useful and guessing is essential. There are two families here hoping to be tonight's best guessers because that's going to win them a brilliant holiday. We'll have some unusual questions and strange challenges, and on the way, you're also going to be meeting some special guests. This week, badminton champion and Olympic silver medalist Gail Ems is here. Also, we'll have the Dream Number draw supporting the London 2012 Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. So, let's get straight in and meet the first of tonight's families.
Hi, we're the Nassim family.
I would describe myself as bubbly, outgoing, sociable and competitive. I'm quite outgoing, quite bubbly.
The best guesser in the family is, dare I say it myself?
I would say that Salia is the most competitive when we're playing games. She gets very rowdy and sometimes very aggressive.
I'm very confident that we're going to outdo that other family today.
I like to think that we all have a competitive streak in us.
Boys, don't be fooled. We've got beauty and brains. Woo!
It's Alia, Sadia, Nazma and Saima. How are you doing, ladies? Very colourful and very glamorous this evening.
As
Looking
always.
great outfits. But, oh, dang one second. Just have a look. I was just checking your shoes, Saima, just to see what you come out in.
Trainers, don't tell anyone.
Because there have been incidents before, haven't there, with your footwear?
I once turned up to an interview in my slippers. Pink, white, fluffy slippers.
Why?
Well, they're comfortable, so I was just getting ready, and I was running late, so I just kind of walked out the house in my
So
slippers.
you didn't notice until you got to the
Until I
interview?
got to the interview, and then I had to really apologise. Needless to say, I didn't get the job.
Did you know? Oh,
No.
I thought you were a hygiene. That's quite a funky thing to turn up in. One other thing, of course, I just wonder whether you could actually do a photo pose for me, because there is one particular photo pose, isn't there? How does it go? How does it go? Ladies, show me the pose. And whose pose is that?
She has never changed her pose from when she was a baby to when she was like teens to older, and even on a wedding day, every pose stays the same.
Do you want to show us it, Ollie? How's it go? Every photo ever. That's how it goes.
Almost every photo.
So what about this? Are you going to win the holiday tonight?
Yes!
OK. Now that seems, everybody. So they need somebody to play, though, don't they? Should we find out who they are?
Hi, we're the Sarsfields.
I'm a happy-go-lucky chap. I love what I do.
The most competitive in the group is probably Darren.
I've worked in the same shop for 23 years.
He doesn't like losing.
I think I'm good at guessing because I'm quite competitive and I really think about the answers.
I got a couple of O-levels when I was a youngster and I didn't listen much at school, so I must have guessed most of the answers right. General knowledge and things like that, it's not really my forte, but guessing, I'm your man.
Girls, you're really nice, but you don't fool us. You're not ruining our party.
Peter, David and Darren. Now, it's interesting, I was just running through the names there. Where's Grenville, then?
This one.
That's what you call Grenville?
Been in the same shop for 23 years with the same people, just like Ronnie Barker and David Jason, so...
open
I've
all
even got
hours.
a bike with a basket on it and...
And there's a woman across the street with tights who's after you.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a buxom nurse across the street, isn't
Well, I won't call her buxom.
Let's move on, shall we? Yeah. Are you going to win the holiday?
Of course we are, get in there.
You got to beat the girls, yeah?
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sarsfields. The prize that they're playing for tonight is a fabulous family holiday. We're not going to reveal exactly where just yet, but here's a little teaser.
Well, families, whoever wins tonight is in for a real treat on this holiday. But if it's going to be your family, then you'll have to keep guessing best.
Yes, there's a couple of very heavy clues in there. OK, families, that's what's at stake. There are 2 questions and a challenge in each round. And remember, every time you win a round, you take another team member into the final to make a guess. And that's where you win the holiday. Remember this, the better you do in the first 3 rounds, the better chance you have in the final. Got it?
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
Good. Let's get guessing. The questions will be based on one of these categories. Let's take a look at them, shall we? Join the gang on the ball, silver screen, sold as seen, bookworms and big noises. So, what's going to be our first category this evening? It is bookworms. Now, captains, I need you to choose who your best guessers are. You've got to get off to a flying start. So decide where your strengths lie. In the meantime, Freeview, digital, satellite and cable viewers, you can play along too. And for you, it's a little easier. Press the red button now, and for each question or challenge, you'll have 4 options to choose from. So good luck to you, armchair guessers. Right, let's get started then. So, Sadia, who are you choosing to go into the first
This one,
game?
no question about it. Nazma and Alia, they're both bookaholics, and I don't know nothing about books, and I don't think Simon reads that much, so definitely them
You
two.
don't read much, Simon?
I do, actually.
Shit, how much you know about my cousin?
He looks as though she doesn't know.
So the press is now on Alia and Nazma. OK, Peter, who are you going to kick off with?
The 2 I'm going to choose is my brother David and Darren.
Why?
Well, our Darren's always putting a lot of magazines out in his shop. And our David reads a lot of books, so simple to me.
So that should cover it. OK, so playing for the Sarsfields, it's Darren and David, and playing for Naseems is Alia and Nazma. OK, let's kick off with 2 questions on bookworms. Captains, you'll definitely play in the challenge in this round. How well you do in the next 2 questions will decide who plays with you. Remember, I'm looking for the best guess. It's all a question of judgment. Here we go. Question 1. Christopher Biggins spent 20 days in the Australian jungle to win I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. But in the famous book, how long was Robinson Crusoe marooned on his island for? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. How long was Robinson Crusoe marooned on his island for? 10 seconds is up. So, what we'll do first is we show the worst answer. The guess that was furthest away. Whose was the worst guess? It was, in fact, Alia, who said 5 years. 5 years, and that's the worst answer, interestingly enough. I would have thought that was a reasonable guess, to be fair.
Thank you.
So not too embarrassing.
Yeah.
The answer was, in fact, 28 years, 2 months and 19 days.
Wow.
So, the question is, who guesstimated closest? Pressure's on Nazma. It was, in fact, Darren with 30 years. So you won the first question for the Sarsfield. Let's have a look. David, what did you say? You 17 years, and that's about 40 years. Bad luck. Again, a good guess. Oh, that was good guessing all right, to be honest. OK, let's go on to question 2. The final Harry Potter novel, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, was released in over 90 countries worldwide, but in the UK, how many copies were sold in the first 24 hours? Your 10 seconds starts now. How many copies of the final Harry Potter book were sold in the first 24 hours? 10 seconds doesn't last very long. In fact, time's up. OK, so once again, let's find out who made the worst guess. Was it on the Naseems? It was Alia.
Oh, no,
Once again.
bad choice.
With 80 million.
I thought it was popular, I didn't know.
The answer was, in fact, 2,652,656. So, the closest guesstimation was from David. 1.2 million. Let's take a look and see how close were you, Nazma. Let's have a look and see how
Way
close
out.
you were.
Way out.
7.2 million. Yeah, no, it's a big guess again, wasn't it? And over on this side, we had 800,000 from Darren. Another reasonably good guess. So, it means, Sadia, you'll be playing all on your own. But, Peter, you get to take 2 people in because you won 2 questions. So, more to the point, who are you leaving out?
I think I'm going to leave Dave out, my father-in-law.
Just because I'm a United fan.
Just because he's a United fan.
Is that right?
No. No, it's not. I just think that they deserve to go. They've had a cracking start. So I think they deserve to have another go.
OK, so playing for the Sarsfields will be Darren, David and Peter, and for the Nassims, Sadia on her own, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see who we have for tonight's first challenge. Please welcome winner of I'd Do Anything and star of Oliver, it's Jodie Bringer!
Dark clouds are in the sky. You wonder when and you wonder why. You know, if it's in the song and then you start to fly. Let's go on with the show. Oh, won't be wrong. Let's go on with the show.
So listen, Jodie, we've just heard a sample of your dynamic voice, but we have a vocal cord crunching task for you tonight. We want to know how long you can hold a note. The note we're interested in, show. You know when you sang show?
Yes.
Give us a quick blast.
Show.
That's the one. How long do you think Jodie will be able to hold that note? Teams, no chatting. You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation starting now. How long can Jodie Bringer hold that note? It's all about breath control, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it is.
So you get training for that, don't you?
I'm not really that well trained.
Are you not?
I'm surprised I'm doing what I'm doing.
You're doing it very well. That's the 10 seconds up, everybody.
All right.
And the answers are locked in. Jodie,
Right.
are you ready?
I think I am.
OK, the timing will start when you sing the word
Show.
OK? Jodie, the stage is yours.
Yeah.
I'll get off.
Yeah, I'm not going to deafen you. Right, here we go. There's no people like show, people who smile when you are low. Even though the darkest clouds are in the sky, let's go on with the show.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Are your ears all right?
Yeah, that's great.
you're all right.
No, it's really good. It's clear my sinuses too. So I'm just hearing that you actually managed 15.68 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic.
That's not too bad, is it?
Listen, thank you very much for coming in,
Hey, thanks for having
Jodie,
us.
and good luck with Oliver.
Thank
ladies
you
and
very
gentlemen,
much.
Jodie Bringer.
Thank you. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, isn't she lovely? Yeah. No, I won't. OK. So, 15.68 seconds was the correct answer. Who had the worst answer? Was it a Sarsfield or was it Sadia this time round? It was, in fact, Darren. Darren started to struggle. 58 seconds.
I thought she could swim underwater for that time and I got a bit confused.
Yeah, no, it wasn't how long did she hold her breath, it was... So now it's down to David and Peter against Sadia, because, of course, this is crucial because it takes one extra family member through to the final when you're playing for the holiday. So, who guesstimated closest? Peter with 26 seconds!
Come on. I'm lapping off.
Very well done. Let's take a look. How close were you, Sadia? Let's have a look. You said, beaten by 4 seconds. And 47 seconds was a good way out as well. But it's Peter that pulls it off. So, at the end of round one, it's 1-0 to the Sarsfield family. Right, let's move on to our next round and have a look at our remaining categories. Let's bring them back up on the board. Join the gang on the ball. Silver screen sold as seen. Big noises. So what category will we be playing this time? Join the gang. OK, this time round, captains, the other two players who didn't play in the first round are now in the game. For example, for the Nassims, that means that Sadia and Saima are playing this time round, OK? And for the Sarsfields, it's going to be Peter and Dave playing this time round. Straight in with question one. In 2006, the world record for the most people with the same surname in the same place was set when over 1,200 Joneses gathered in Cardiff. But how many men gathered in one place wearing just their underpants to set a new world record this year? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. How many men gathered in their underpants to set a new world record? You have just a few more seconds to make your guesstimation. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's up. As most people will know, they'd usually be wearing their socks as well, wouldn't they? OK, so let's go straight in and find out who's the worst guesser this time round. Not so good, Peter. 110,000. The answer was, just so that you know, the answer was 146 men.
Oh!
So, who had the closest guess? Simon! With 500. Well done, you really know your men in your underpants. OK, let's find out who else, what else. Dave, you said 3,655. And Sally, you said 800. So both on this side, both good guesses on this side. OK, let's go straight on to question 2 because the Nassims are one question up. In 2007, the world's largest line dance took place in Atlanta, Georgia, with 17,000 people stepping in line. But how many people joined together to make the longest conga line on ice in Leeds in 2008? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. How long was the world's longest conga line on ice? Oh, look, run out of time already. OK, Sarsfields, you could do with this one, couldn't you?
Really, yeah.
You could really do with this, as the Nassims are one up. OK, let's take a look again at the worst guesser. Who was furthest from the truth? It was, in fact, Peter.
Knew it.
With 1,300. Had a bit of a mare over there, aren't you?
My apologies, boys, my apologies.
OK, the answer was, in fact, 107 people. So who's it going to be? Is Dave going to rescue it for the Sarsfield, or has Sadia or Simon come up with the correct answer to make it 2-0 in this round? The closest guesstimator was Simon again! It's a one-woman charge to the front, isn't it? Fantastic, you got the hang of this straight away. OK, let's have a look at what everybody else said. Sadia, you said 900, and Dave, you said 478. And I have to say, I thought it was going to be a bigger number, but there you go. So the Nassims have won the second question, which means, Sadia, you get to choose 2 people to go into the end of round challenge with you. So more to the point, who are you leaving out?
I'm definitely going to take Saima and I'll take Nazma. I'll leave my sister out. I still love her though. She's still my favourite sister.
OK, so Sarsfields, unfortunately, Peter, you didn't get any questions right, so you're going to have to play this on your own.
Let us down there, so I'm going to try and pull it back on my own now.
OK, so it's Peter playing on his own for the Sarsfields, and it's Sadia, Nazma and Simon playing for the Nassims. So let's see who's joining us for tonight's next challenge. Please welcome glittering darts legend Bobby Dazzler George. You don't have to make an entrance, do you? It's fantastic. Listen, I need to ask you a few questions. What makes a great darts player?
Well, a lot of people ask about it is look where you're throwing and throw where you're looking.
Well, it's sort... No, we're sort of... That's the thing, you see, because that might prove a bit of a problem, because I was going to ask how many you could score with 9 darts wearing a blindfold.
I'll be honest with you, I'll be lucky to hit the dartboard.
You reckon?
It's a lottery.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Bobby, whilst you're centring your thoughts, teams, here's the question. How many points will Bobby score with 9 darts and no eyes? No chatting. No chatting. You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. Bobby, would you like to go off and get yourself ready?
Right.
How many points will Bobby Dazzler score with 9 darts blindfolded? OK, your 10 seconds are up and your answers are locked in. Bobby, if the cape's off, it is. Would you like to come in? Make your way to the ocky on the front there. Our little guesstimation ocky for you there. So, there you go. Now, do you want me to help pop this on, or are you going to go for it? Why the points in your head? So, now, let's get ourselves settled down. So, in your own time, whenever you're ready, blindfold down and start throwing.
Right.
Ready? You can take the blindfold up. Well done. So we got 1 on 17. You've shaved the double 17s, just missed it, and just outside of 17 there, which, considering you couldn't see the board, I think is pretty amazing. So you've got 17 so far. Right. So again, in your own time, Bobby.
Right. I threw it out the ball there, did I? I threw it out the ball. I've got double 17 again.
I'll tell you what, your grouping's nice. Double 17 and 2 off the board. It's all just going a little bit low at the moment, Bobby. Yeah. So, last 3 darts.
Right.
This is really important.
I'm throwing low there, aren't I? So I've got to throw a bit higher.
Here we go.
In my mind. Is that higher?
Higher. Again, fantastic grouping. Let's hear it. Come up and do everything.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That was tough, wasn't it?
Difficult. I'll take this off.
Now, you see, you'd think throwing there, you'd be the muscle memory and everything, but it just, if you can't see it, isn't that incredible?
You don't realise how important your eyes are in any sport.
OK, so, you actually scored...
Go on. Tell me.
66, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the amazing and fantastic Bobby George. Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you.
Well. 66. Isn't that incredible? So, shall we find out how you've done? Who had the worst answer? Nazma, you said 127.
Oh, sorry.
So the pressure is on you, Simon, but so far you've been very good, haven't you? I wonder whether you've come up with the best score this time or whether Peter's going to win it. Who guesstimated closest? It was, in fact... Simon! With 26. You appear to be the star of the team over there, Simon. It's all going on for you, isn't it? Well, let's have a look. See, Sadia, you actually said 14, and let's go over here. Peter said 19, but it was Simon who actually pulled it out of the bag there. So well done. At the end of round 2, the families are level at 1 each. Yes, well done. So let's move on to our next round. It is... big noises. Captains, you have to choose this time your 2 best guessers. Let's start with you, Sadia. Who are you choosing?
I think myself and Simon.
OK, so that's who's playing over there. Peter, who are your best guessers, you reckon, now?
I'm going to go with Dave and Darren.
Dave and Darren. OK, so it's going to be Darren and Dave for the Sarsfields, and it's going to be Sadia and Simon for the Nassims. Come on, Dave. Righto, here we go. Eyes down. Question 1. A vacuum cleaner emits around 70 decibels at its loudest, whereas a jumbo jet plane emits about 110. How many decibels does grunting tennis player Michelle Larcher de Brito famously reach at full pelt? You have 10 seconds to guesstimate. Started now. How many decibels does Michelle Larcher de Brito reach when she's playing tennis? 10 seconds is up. So, who was furthest away on this occasion? It was Dave, who said 13 decibels.
13, yes, 13. You've never heard of it?
OK. The answer is 109 decibels. That's a hell of a grunt when you think about it, isn't it? So, who got closest with their guesstimation? It was, on this occasion, Darren with the You repaid Peter's faith in you there, didn't
It's
you?
not
You
like
said
my
he was
wife
gonna-
snoring, so I...
It's somebody in the story. Let's take a look and see what the Nassim said. Sadia, you said 80. Simon, you said 30. So very plainly, Darren took that one. OK, you're 1-0 up. Question 2. In 2007, David Beckham signed a £25 million deal with LA Galaxy. But how much a month was he paid for his first job as a glass collector at Walthamstow Dog Track? 10 seconds starts now. How much per month did David Beckham earn in his first job collecting glasses at Walthamstow Dog Track? 10 seconds is up. The worst guess was from Sadia with £1,000 a month.
I knew that was going to happen.
OK, you need this one, which means the pressure's back on you again, Simon. So the answer actually was £120 a month. How times change. So, who got closest? On this occasion, it was Darren with £100.
Oh, I don't believe this.
So I'll tell you what, there seems to be a straight competition at the moment between Darren and Simon, and the rest of the families can go home, it would seem. They're battling now here, the two of them, aren't they? On that occasion, Darren was successful. Dave, what did you say? Let's have a look. You said £17.
17, yeah.
And 17 quid. Simon, you said 60. Yep. So, the Sarsfields win the second question. Which means that the Nassims, I'm afraid, Sadia, you get to play this all on your own. However, Peter, you won 2 questions, so you get to take 2 family members into this section with you. Who are you leaving out?
I think going off the last round, Nick. How did you know, Dave? I'm going to leave Dave out of this.
There's a bit of a pattern here, isn't there, Dave?
Yeah. They don't want me at all.
Sorry, Dave.
You're getting the cold shoulder a little bit here, right? OK, so it's Darren, David and Peter for the Sarsfields, and it's Sadia on her own for the Nassims. Now then, joining us for our final challenge of the night is a superstar with a shuttlecock. Please welcome badminton world champion and Olympic silver medalist Gail Eames. Hello, you.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, wow, look, you've got the medal on and everything.
I know, just for you, Nick.
Beautiful. And it's heavy, isn't it?
I know, it means it's real.
That's fantastic. Now, we've got a racket-bending challenge for you tonight. Over here is our Guesstimation shooting gallery.
OK.
You've got 45 seconds. This is going to be quite... You're going to have to hop around all over the place. 45 seconds to knock down as many of the 94 targets on display using just your racket. Well, don't need to say that, really, because what are you going to do, throw your shoes at it?
Well, I might have to if I'm not doing much good, am I?
OK, now I'm going to leave you to go and get the medal off because you don't want to bounce around with that weight on, and limber up a little bit, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Is that all right?
No problem.
Smashing. OK, so that's what we want to find out. How many targets can Gail hit in 45 seconds? No chatting. Teams, you have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation starting now. How many targets can Gail hit in 45 seconds? Your 10 seconds is up. OK, Gail, will you please take your position? There she goes. OK. Your time will start when the first shuttlecock is launched and will stop when the klaxon sounds. You ready?
Yep, definitely.
Launch the shuttlecocks. can't believe how many times you actually hit the gallery, but between the targets. It was unbelievable. I mean,
Was that not the game?
OK, I can tell you how many you managed. You managed to knock over 8 targets. No, but that's really, yes. Because that was a huge amount of work. And I have to say, you must have knocked 20 through the targets and missed. But then that's the whole thing, is that you aim for the gaps when you're playing badminton.
Yeah, thanks. You're trying to make me feel better.
No.
I did want to hit more than 8. I did want to hit double figures at least, but...
I know,
oh, well.
but I thought it was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Collins!
Thank you.
I think she's been very tough on herself there, don't you? OK, so the answer was 8. Let's find out whose was the worst answer. It was Peter, who said 30. So, who got closest in their guesstimation? It is, in fact, shared between David and Sadia. Darren, let's just have a look and see what you said. You said 5, so you went very low. You could see it was a tough challenge, yes?
Yeah, it was tough, that.
So, at the end of the 3rd round, it's 2-2 going into the final. OK, very soon, one of these families will be off on a fantastic trip somewhere in the world. We'll find out exactly where and which family after we go live to Lottery HQ for the Dream Number Draw, which supports the London 2012 Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. Welcome back. Before the Dream Number Draw, we saw the Nassims and the Sarsfields guessing their socks off to gain an advantage in our crucial final. One of these families will soon be winning a fantastic holiday, but to get there, they'll have to be the best guessers. Let's see where that amazing holiday is.
Tonight's winning family will be jetting off to the land of the rising sun, Japan, with your first stop, Tokyo, ranking as one of the most modern of the world's great cities. Enjoy the speed of the world-famous bullet train before moving on to former imperial capital Kyoto, known for its ancient monuments. In Japan, you really will experience all the variations that this fascinating country has to offer.
Wow! Wow, what about that? You think that's it? Did you like that? Of course, you've got to get past this lot first.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah! Sarsfields, are they going to take it, or are you...
I'm a little bit too confident next to me.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
OK. Now, digital viewers, you can't win this holiday, unfortunately, but you can play along with us and be there in spirit, and we hope your guessing is going well. So, going into our final round tonight, this is the situation. Both families have won 2 rounds, which means, captains, you both take along 2 people into the final with you. This is the big decision. Sadia. Who are you leaving out?
Alia. I'm going to take Saima and Nazma with me.
OK, thank you very much. Let's find out who Peter's taking in.
Well, Nick, I'm really struggling because our Darren's there for me. Our Darren's coming with me, no doubt about that. He's been fantastic.
But David or Dave?
My gut instinct tells me Dave.
So you're taking Dave in and you're leaving David out?
I'm leaving our David out.
You all right with that, Dave?
No, I'm absolutely devastated. I've been closest 3 times.
It's just a gut feeling. It's just a gut feeling.
Give him a chance to shine. I think he'll come through.
I think he's going to come through.
You're right, boys.
OK. So,
he knows.
Going into the final, playing for the Sarsfields are Darren, Peter and Dave. Playing for the Nassims is Sadia, Nazma and Saima. OK, this is how the final works. We'll play the best of 3 questions. All 3 will be about our holiday destination, Japan. The first family to guess closest on 2 questions will win the trip to the land of the rising sun. Simple as that. Best of 3. There are 6 question categories to choose from. Golden Oldies, Culture Shock, Miles Apart. Wrestle with This, Ain't No Mountain, and A Bit Fishy. Sarsfield family, you won the most questions, so you get to pick the first category. What do you fancy?
I'm going to go with golden oldies.
Golden oldies. You think that's going to get you off to a good start? Why?
Because of these two.
OK. Well, let's find out. Eyes down. Concentrate very closely, everybody, please, as I read the question. Japan has a population of over 127 million people, but in 2005, how many people in Japan were over the age of 100? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation starting now. In 2005, how many people in Japan were over the age of 100? Tick-tock. That's your 10 seconds up. Your answers are logged in. I can tell you the answer is 25,606 people over 100. Simon, you've been playing well all the way through. Let's take a look at your answer first. You guesstimated 500,000. You've been good all night, but this wasn't your finest hour. That's still a long way out. Dave, your guess was 38. We've gone from one extreme to the other there. 38. Although, interestingly, you're the closest at this stage. Nazma, let's take a look at your guess. You said 9. Well, at 38, Dave still is actually winning it for the Sarsfields. There's a lot of space for someone else to nip in and win this. So, Peter, let's take a look at yours, shall we? Peter, your guesstimation was 190. So, you are currently closest. Darren, let's take a look at yours. Darren, your guesstimation was 8,000, which puts you in the box seat. The Sarsfields are going to take this first question, unless Sadia can get closer to 25,606, with 8,000 currently leading the way. Sadia, have you managed to pull it out of the bag for your team? Your guesstimation was 150. It's actually the Sarsfields. Guys, Darren has taken you one step closer to Japan. You just need to win one more question and you're on that holiday. The second category is picked by you, Sadia. What's going to work for your family?
I'm going to choose miles apart.
Miles apart. OK, so, question 2. As the crow flies, how many miles is it from London to Tokyo? Your 10 seconds to guesstimate starts now. How many miles is it from London to Tokyo? Your 10 seconds are up. OK, the answer was 5,956 miles. Nazma, let's take a look at yours. Your guess was 5.4 million.
I thought you meant people.
You were talking about population. Simon, let's take a look at what you guessed. 12,000, so just over 6,000 miles out. But as we've seen, you don't have to be that close to win, you just have to be the closest. Peter, you said 150,000 miles, which means that, Simon, you're still actually holding it for the Nassim. So, Dave, let's take a look at yours. You guessed 8,526. Wow. That's not bad at all, actually, and certainly puts the pressure back on the Nassims. Darren, your guesstimation was 6,000 miles. Darren, that is an extraordinary guess. You are only 44 miles out. So, Sadia, it's down to you. If you can get within 44 miles, you saved it for the Naseems and for your family. And we go to a third question. This is crucial, isn't it? Sadia, your guesstimation was... ...350 miles. It's the Sarsfield to a point on dear. So that's it. Commiserations for the Naseems. You fought well, but in the end, it was the Sarsfields that were just that little bit better at guessing, which, of course, is what the game's all about. The Naseems, everybody. My, oh my, oh my. Off to Japan then, boys.
Makes a change from a Will in a cat.
Absolutely. And Darren, you look quite emotional there at the end.
I can't believe it. It's literally...
He's an absolute
guessing.
star.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sarsfields are getting off to Japan. You know what? And we're off to. Coming up right now at Lottery HQ are the Thunderball and Lotto draws. We'll see you next time for more Guesstimation. Good night. Guys, congratulations.